Looks like we found him. It's over. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Welcome, welcome.
Come again.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate. What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the Third Chair first, shall we?
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
How are those new boots treating you?
the sky go back to hell. So it's these stones to Canva and the rest of the boxes.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service.
I merely did my duty.
My lady, what exactly is
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be...
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both, alas. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain.
I see.
It saddens me to bring... It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, but with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, you are grown men, and while I would not presume to insist upon, I know that nothing would have...
Thank you.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady.
Oh, I am...
Do you know where we might find this?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen as...
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, your grace. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been... Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield?
What say you, Joe?
What else?
Ready, go? Yeah!
Eyes peeled, Joshua. Thanks, Gal.
There it is.
The House Rosfield. Bless the heart.
Here's scraps you're after.
Oh, thank the Griffiness.
And the Heartstone.
Yes, this radiant luster light. Thank you, your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It's simple, and the graven vines encircling the stone represent the...
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies, enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield.
Indeed. But this was more than... It was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast custodian of...
Forgive me, my lady. There is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant of the deep love he had for both of you. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewellery be sent away from the castle. I tried to warn your father, but it was too... When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short.
And thank the Fountain.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
Lady Goditha. On behalf...
As do I.
Thank you, my lord, for coming back to us.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive...
It is. And we thank you for the part you...
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, let him see that you have received...
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
Your father's helm is in... Since the day we recovered it, I prithee claim it. For it, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer...
Thank you, Cyril.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. Farewell.
Do you see that too?
Papa?
What is it? Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared. It's all right.
to fight. It can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you!
Allow me.
I don't need your... Please, Field Marshal.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us. Fucking traitors! I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis, or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm.
Before I agree, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could, when it should have been our decision all along. Now, we have a chance to put things right, but in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if...
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the... Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't...
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only one.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most...
I'm flattered. And I have other problems too. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen...
Of a different kind.
I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord Uncle bade me escort the field...
And I will see that my associate...
Very good, man.
An envoy. I'm not sure. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Back to the stables, girl. Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asked. Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the... and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any... They want you to speak for those who can't speak... If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself.
You know that's not...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced... Who's to say you couldn't convince the entire...
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat...
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to...
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from...
My uncle will want to know that his plan is... Let's go.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. We've overcome Father's political enemies. That I'm certain. Especially knowing what we know now. He's capable of. Perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward, then?
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Uncle, the Field Marshal has
Ha! Of course.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor. They will await your return there.
One other?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to... He asked if I might have a solution.
One of your...
Master Quinton would probably call me one of...
Another outlaw? Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in there. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you...
The more the merrick.
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve up, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the...
Oh, don't you... the 7 high houses. They have all agreed to make the most... Oh, of course, it did take a... But luckily I had some...
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward, Rockford, from a horde of...
It was more of a...
Well, the old battle axe was... She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks, and when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the... Now, I must be... Join us there at your earliest...
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun?
You find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no... Rutherford spoke fondly of the great...
Us?
I can't stand them!
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company.
And what kind of company were you expecting?
Criminal? How? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this...
Upstanding! He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw!
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation. We wish simply to bring stability to the... And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals. There will be disagreements, yes. And I imagine some resistance, much resistance. If we show them the path, show the fate of the world lies in my nephew's, but the well-being of her people lies in ours.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's... For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by... Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Well, my boy.
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. And there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this sign.
I will.
What do you think that thing is? And how the hell is Sid
gonna... You should have seen it.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome back. Truth be told, it was me who suggested Roper, from what I hear.
No. Ember lost his nerve in the fact that he didn't lose heart. He pressed on.
Indeed it is. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back...
Wait, Sergeant. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say, after all...
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. And but a scout's nose is different. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember ears wouldn't do to waste it now.
Fine.
I'll do whatever. I'll spend my days and nights in the... I'll show you.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right. Just like someone... And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for fun. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulder.
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing.
Forgive me, Sid.
Things rarely do these days, but that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Remember that.
I will, Sid.
help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Mid?
Ah, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me, this is all you need.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we...
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I'll keep working on the model. You go and...
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Sid!
She wasn't hiding. She's just busy working on her...
A new invention? What is it? What is it? An air...
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say...
Oh, the one you forgot!
We saved it, just in case.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then all the pieces that are left over, we keep...
That's... good to know.
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear?
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your... hoard.
Thanks, Sid.
Well?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice as...
Will it work?
What exactly are you going to...
Only the most important... The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with... Well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
Wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. There won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head? Or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project?
You all right?
Something troubling you?
No, it's just... Edda's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Edda's due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right, then.
A good luck charm. But not just...
Not just any.
No. One mate. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had and...
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose oar sits attached to, aye. I was gonna stop by...
Well, there's no shortage of those passing. I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good friend, Clive.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him. Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different, but...
I suppose it's not hard to imagine.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still... to let her know that we still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close...
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Dutch, and Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill?
To see the snow daisies. It was the first time Father had allowed us to... And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the...
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say... he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria.
You're saying I should go and scout the area?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
And how might I help the garrison today?
Those things didn't fight like men.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
You deserve a rest.
Have care.
This one! My turn! Get him! This one!
Ready, go?
Yeah!
Thanks, Gal. Tired of these things.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Let's go. Thanks, Gal.
One who drove His Highness to madness on your knees!
What? He hasn't heard. Doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
Only your death yourself!
Farewell.
Live.
Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side. Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me.
Oh.
A silver chocolate.
Oh, or maybe not. Though there was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, claiming near some guide hovel not far from most took him for a braggart and
We'll see.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack-a-roon, it don't mean we have.
How do, Trap? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone.
I'm looking for a silver...
If that's the case, no one has seen us. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. If any are still out there, I reckon...
You're probably right.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Can I help you with...
You wouldn't happen to sell silver...
I deal in fruit. Not... But if it's fancies you're at...
Was a silver chocobo?
Oh, yes.
It wouldn't be the first. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Yeah!
Can hardly wait you. Straight home now.
Over here!
It's over! Enough! Time to fight. Farewell. Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. The Chocobo was here. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before... This is the place, but... I'm sorry. There's nowhere been spared.
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where...
Perhaps, but it's the only place...
Then why not ask someone?
Someone at the backyard? Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
It was no trouble.
Clive, how'd you get on?
Any luck, you said?
Crystal's crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool.
Everything up there's been abandoned. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I...
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'll find a new home, after all. Anyway, what matters is, You managed to nick us one of their quills before, and now all that's left is to fix it to the
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
What do you want? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Should last you a good while. That it? Fine.
Say what you will.
That should tide us over to the new moon.
Oh. What brings you down from the...
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow
daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. Both have similar climbs and the right elevation.
Right.
Did you learn where we might...
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in the...
the fields beyond Northreach. Well, I recalled that she kept a record of our travel, so I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies...
Whose shores border the meadows. How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it is...
Go on, please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did, aye. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, my lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
Oh, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day, my mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over, what with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister, and then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are, after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. After I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know. The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army logbook. His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introduction. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return to your...
Your care? Do you mean to burn it?
That is not my decision to make, but by one means or another, its contents shall be removed from the common.
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase our history.
Then we find ourselves at an impasse. Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your dead hand.
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive, but we have other means.
Why do you want it so?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression of a gifted few. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, so let me answer. There is no correct interpretation. That a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no... It is a question of number. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from knowledge that would bring them no... That is all. You may keep the book. The world is small. We shall meet again. Until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. Come on.
Caution.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. Conditioning. Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry. So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. I'm done here. Is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry. Straight home now. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gate. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are if Chadwick was being held here...
Don't give up hope just yet. Let me check the ground floor.
Then I'll search the upper level.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer. Locked up tight. Stay down! It's over! So this place was... And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Have care. Caution, brother. Caution, brother. Quiet. Quiet. Have care.
Get him! This one! Minimal loss of Waluda lives. Even the Imperials take better care. They were feeding bears. Nothing but a caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on. No lock downstairs.
I know. I've been reading some of bearers die every day in service of their master, pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wit. And not just those who could fight, but and those who wouldn't or couldn't were...
I'm afraid.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. Finish up here.
All right.
Let's see what we can find down here. A survivor. And she sounds close. There's no need to be... Are you alone? Are there any other
Some of the guards. Everyone else.
Thank the...
It was worth our coming. But I'd...
Ready when you are. You poor thing. What?
He thought he must have sent you. Where is he? He opened your sound to...
Chadwick.
Was that...
We have to get out.
Doris.
All right. You put that bear...
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers. Finally.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to... He was here.
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last.
Chadwick.
Come on. We have to get her.
No. I'll see that she's looked after from now.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side.
She is. I thank the flames we found.
I know. I'm sorry we...
There's no need to apologize. How he fought to the bit. That's the man I remember.
I wish I could have met. I'd like to hear more about your part.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. So we escaped. But staying together after so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong.
But even in captivity, and he died, not as someone's too...
Haida Marie is proof of that. And the curse breakers will... I'll fight until my dying...
Thank you, Doris. Vivian, I found it.
You... Even though I asked this of you, I fear the executor...
I met with one of these, and I convinced him to let... He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of... And that if enough people believe a lie...
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable, provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people, as the sad history...
You said that the book inspired you to...
It did. She was a heretic, you see. A gallows stood ready for her in every... And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of... She taught me that my solitude was... And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one...
Do you still feel that way? That you're not... one of us?
Honestly? I'm not entirely sure anymore. Perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather... But the more I study... the more I So if you'll permit me, remember, Clive, when give the men and women of this benighted world the gift...
I'll try, Vivi.
I hear that you... Did you by any chance?
I did.
If... The director was a brute.
The registry was all there was no sign of a body. Oh,
I pray that at least all their names my friends, I can steal from them. Children who would take no explanation.
They'd be happy to know that you...
But why did I make it out alive?
It's not your fault. See that their names live on.
I'm going to write a book. All of Valisthea, and in the name of the...
Neither will I.
These records would have been...
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
So, there's only another.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours. Come again. I may have more for you.
It's usually me. Lawsman Harpoquid.
Ah, yes.
You spoke of making amends with Dion.
Then I should begin by telling. This was some years ago, of course. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme to supervise, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything. Alas, our time together was cut short. I had not expected to meet with him.
Have you spoken with him?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied. Especially not when I know he dwells upon the evil of...
The guilt weighs heavily on him, but as you say, that was
When I first met him, it was not... And I did nothing to ease that burden. It is one of my great... And what he truly... The blame for Dion's transgressions.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any...
Then I beg. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower, fabulists and fraudsters all, of course, but there is often...
Well, it can't hurt to... Where can I find this flower?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink... Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait. Whether they still survive there, I know not.
It's all right.
Thank you, Clive.
This is no time to ride. No use calling Ambrosia now. Let's go.
Yeah!
Straight home now. Let's go. All right. Stay down. It's over.
Might this be Nickelberg?
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough, at least. What is going on here? Ah. Heed the call. No, to be honest, I wasn't.
Is that so?
What are you doing here?
It is my home. The others...
You keep saying that.
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village, where they shall cast their souls.
Give themselves.
Oh, Lord. Let us be free us from...
They want to be... Forgive me. But did it not...
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes.
Thank you.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Excuse me.
I am. Lord Rosfield.
That's right. And you must be the third.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety.
And I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill.
He said that you had failed to report.
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. You have seen them at their prayer.
They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord, praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills, not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes. Serve him with all. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service. And so I would see these people safe, that they might do their duty to their Lord. You do understand? I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, forgive me, my lord. But... Did you hear that, my lord? I'll go and find out what... Beneath the flood. There must be some... Echoes as well.
Ready, brother?
Ready. What now? We meet again. I've killed your kind before. Damn it! Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation by devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report.
Are you buying or selling? A fine choice. Anything else? A fine choice. Anything else? Take care.
My Lord Mark, I'm glad.
I met with your third chair, Cyril.
Thank you. He remained.
He died protecting the villagers from... I buried him in Mickelberg.
If you could not...
The villagers, they prayed to their god that they might... Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed, even knowing that lot...
Then he perished defending liberty. For the right to choose how one dies is...
Sid would agree.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect. It matters not how misguided, only that the decision we live according to the teachings of for better or...
But he didn't die for your creed, and you still believe that what...
I believe we of the Undying are not slain, and this was his will.
I'd like to know this, Matt, to know the names of all the Undying who fought. They died serving my house. That is my...
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Mart. My lord, it has been the greatest honor of my life to... Though our duties may differ, yours, and were they here, I have...
Let's go.
Yeah!
You deserve a rest. It's over.
Good day. Thanks. Thank you. May we meet again.
I knew I was right not to give up. Ginger and ginseng.
How about a few spicy sausages to...
So, you're going to join the watch, aren't you? The fellow who used to run this altar.
Anything I can interest you in? Go with Gilbert.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. You've a discerning eye. Thank you. Farewell. Ready, go?
Faster!
Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. This won't be easy. Here they are. Might as well pick enough for a bunch, I suppose.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Those things didn't fight like men.
Let's go.
Faster!
Caution, brother.
The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there. Look, brother. See them?
I do. The flowers and our friends.
You're finished!
see, boy. Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
That was harder than I expected. But found her. It was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
It's him, I tell you!
Oarsman, I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
I think I did.
You did indeed. My dear boy, thank you.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not? Shall I invite him to join us?
Oh, I don't...
It's no trouble. I'll go and fetch him.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. You wish to study the tomes?
Highness, would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
No. It is time, then.
No. Only to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates. No. I dare not show my face before him. Not after everything I have done. I have taken countless innocent lives. And ruined countless more. All because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have become, I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself, and to him, how strong it truly is.
You are right. I must, at the very least, offer him my gratitude. Very well, then. Take me to him.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with him. Not to mention the wyvern tales. I shall plant their seeds, that I might not disappoint His Highness upon his return.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's yard will suit them to a T. When it comes to expressing one's gratitude, I find that words are seldom sufficient. Here.
What's this?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, my stolas quill. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just wait, so consider this, that one day...
Well, thank you, Harpocrates. Jill.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to.
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
Guard dogs. Specimen in his town. No match for you, eh, Torgal? Come on. Quiet. No need to ride from here. Harmon's madness lives on. Over. Rest in peace. What a word. Off you go, then. You're not from the... Well, then what... And if you had...
Value's teeth.
Clive.
What's this?
A chest of all the... Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the...
I'm sure it will be entire.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? I'll take that particular piece. Besides, who else is...
Who indeed?
Morbiton. But if it weren't for Sid, I'll be here if you need me.